Hey there, I'm Sofia.
And I'm Nick.
On this channel, we talk about all things interior design and real estate. If you're interested in that kind of content, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe now to the channel so you don't miss any of them.
Today we're going to have a look at Sofia's condo search process. In our last two videos, we gave a brief intro of who we are and the pre-buying process. Go check out those videos if you haven't already. But now, let's get into the nitty-gritty.
So after deciding to move forward with purchasing a condo, I had to nail down what my criteria were. So my main non-negotiables. Location was really important to me. I had a specific location in mind and I didn't want to move too far outside of that. Price. Of course, price was super important because it had to be something that I could afford and that I was pre-approved for. Also, ideally, it would have a parking spot because Nick and I have a vehicle. And of course, an outdoor balcony space was ideal. Now, I was also hoping for something with a den, and most of the condos that I looked at had a den, but having a space large enough that would fit a desk was kind of the more main criteria. And then after seeing a few units, I realized that full-size appliances were something that were important to me as well.
In total, we saw about 8 or 9 units and put in offers on 3 of them. Today we're going to have a look at some of the units we saw and what Sofia thought of them. The first unit that we saw was a 560 square foot, 1-bedroom plus den unit in a newer building.
The pros for this unit were it was close to the subway, it was bright and airy, it was on a lower floor, which is something that was important to me. The amenities were really nice because it was a newer building, and there was a concierge on duty. But the cons for this unit definitely outweighed the pros. Firstly, there was no parking, so we would have had to rent an additional spot on top of our mortgage and maintenance fees. There also wasn't really a view. We were facing out onto a hydro field, which I wasn't too crazy about either. Visitor parking was really minimal as well. And lastly, as I mentioned in the intro, this is when I realized I wanted full-size appliances because this unit had tiny appliances, which I just wasn't too crazy about.
The unit was originally listed at $499,000 and ended up selling in the $560,000 range. Although the unit was nice and clean, Sofia ultimately decided to look elsewhere as full-size appliances and a few other things were taking priority. The second option that we considered was a pre-construction building that was in progress nearby. Although the builder's inventory was a little bit out of our price range, we went to the sales office anyway and did some research on assignment sales that were being held privately.
The pros for this were that it'd be a brand new building, they had full-size appliances, and the location was great as well. For the cons, we weren't sure exactly when the project would be completed, which was a big con for us, and also there just wasn't that much inventory, so we passed on this one as well.
The third unit that we saw was a neat loft-style building that was converted from an old telephone company's office. It was a 1+10, but it was much bigger in the 700 square foot range.
To be fair, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to see this building, but my mom actually pushed me into going to see it anyways, and honestly, thank goodness she did. The pros list was so long. It was a big corner unit, had tons of daylight, tall ceilings, the loft style was super cool. The den had a large window, which would have been amazing to work in, and it came with parking, had a concierge, decent amenities, the list goes on. But it did have a few cons as well. It was quite close to a train track, so the noise could get a bit loud. The laundry was in the washroom, and the bedroom wasn't the biggest either. The interior was slightly dated, so I'd want to do a little bit of a refresh on it as well, but ultimately the biggest con for me was there was no balcony or outside space. Here at the loft, the bathroom, straight towards the den, good size. Then we walk into the main living area and kitchen, and about like a 9x9 living space. Only has a Juliet balcony. Walk into the bedroom, storage space up top, closet, carpeted. And then it's pretty tight in here.
And was listed at $499,000. Ultimately, it ended up going for in the $580,000 range. We did put in an offer on this one, but the winning bid went over our budget. We decided to move on in search of greener pastures. The fourth unit that we saw was a 618 square foot, 1+den unit in a low-rise condo.
The pros for this unit was the kitchen. It was absolutely beautiful, had a nice island, all full-size appliances, and really, I think, was the heart of the home. The bedroom was also a really nice size, and the windows were quite lovely as well. There was a den, even though it was quite small, it was there. So some of the cons for this unit were that it was north-facing, so it was a little bit on the darker side because we didn't get direct sunlight. We also looked out onto a rooftop balcony for the amenity space. The privacy wasn't that great either. Some other cons were that the status certificate was a little bit questionable, not perfect, so our lawyer kind of had a little bit of a, I wouldn't say red flag, but did mention it to us as well. We're also quite close to a freight train, so the noise level could get a bit loud, and the washroom wasn't the biggest either.
This one was also listed at $499,000, but went way over asking, over $130,000 over. There were a few offers on this one, and we ended up putting in one as well. But the winning bid was way over our budget. So the fifth and final unit that we saw was a 576 square foot, 1-bedroom unit in a bit of an older building. This unit was listed way low at $399,000, but after competing against 14 other offers, we were able to successfully secure this unit at a price that was within our budget.
So the pros for the unit. It's a southwest facing view with a double balcony, which I think was the biggest pro for sure. It was a very smart layout, and although the unit isn't actually that big, it feels more spacious than it is. The bedroom is a good size at 10 by 14 and can fit a desk as a work area as well. There's also lots of visitor parking, including street parking. It also had a good status certificate, which was quite important, and maintenance fees were reasonably low and all-inclusive. The unit also came with a parking spot and a locker, so honestly, how can you go wrong? Now for the cons. The biggest con was that there was no dedicated den space. We had popcorn ceilings, and the kitchen was maybe a little bit dated, so would need a bit of a freshening up. Also, although the unit was quite nice, there was no really kind of wow factor. But then again, as an interior designer, I didn't really doubt that too much because I knew I could make it special. Come in, we have our closet, kitchen, full-size appliances, but maybe a little on the small side. Then we have our living space, stools, dining table, sofa, chair, room, decent size, can fit, and then the bedroom is really nice and large. Beautiful light in here. We've made a lot of updates to the condo already and undergone a kitchen reno and hopefully a bathroom reno soon. We can't wait to do a full condo tour with you guys soon. Let us know in the comments if you want to see one. At the end of the day, I'm just super happy I was able to get my foot in the market. The offer process wasn't easy though. Lots of ups and downs, challenges, and decisions to be made. But all I gotta say is thank goodness I had a good realtor.
In another video, we'll take a look at the offer process and what that included. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below. See you next time!